Recently, I took a short trip across the Solent to the Isle of Wight to see a bird of prey that I certainly would never have been able to see there just a few years ago. They'd been long extinct in this part of the UK, but now they're being gradually reintroduced by a group of conservationists. Steve Egerton-Read is one of them.
It's not raining. It's not windy. It's not even cold. I'm on the Isle of Wight to enjoy an enormous treat.
With the conditions ideal, I didn't have to wait long.
Oh, there's one just there, Chris. There you are.
Oh my goodness me, look at that, yeah. Superb. Yes, white-tailed eagles. Oh, look at that. The sun shining. Oh, look at the beak. It's good to have a crow there for a bit of scale, actually, isn't it?
It is.
Diminutive is how one would describe that crow. That is sensational. Hold on, there's another bird here. It's an eagle fiesta.
Everyone that sees them is just really awestruck by them, and
Yeah.
they're just such iconic birds.
And also the hope that we will see these over our gardens in the south of England, over our city centres, Portsmouth, Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole.
This will hopefully be a widespread bird again.
It's just about 8 o'clock in the morning and we're looking at 3 white-tailed eagles on the Isle of Wight. These 3 are obviously from the class of 2020.
That's right, yeah. So it's a 5-year release programme where we hope to release up to 60 birds. So 2019 was the first of those 5 years, and where we released 6 birds. 4 of them are still alive and flying around England, so 2 are here on the Isle of Wight.
What have we got, Steve?
So this is one of last year's birds. This is really exciting. She's come to see what the younger birds are up to.
The 2 groups of eagles which have been released since 2019 have been fitted with satellite tracking devices to monitor their movements.
It's great to see her socialising with these younger birds. She's a really big bird. She was the biggest from last year's group.
When the young birds arrived on the island, the team installed CCTV cameras, giving them a closer look at what has to be the best bird table in Britain. Just a few weeks before my visit, the team captured 5 of this year's young eagles feeding together. Steve goes to great lengths to ensure that the eagles don't learn to associate humans with food, and these cameras ensure they're not disturbed. After an unexpectedly exciting morning with Steve and these spectacular birds, I went to find out how the eagles have settled into life in the south of England, from the leader of the project, Tim McCrill.
I mean, let's go back to basics. Why the Isle of Wight?
One of the things you have to consider that this is a reintroduction project. So what we're doing is we're restoring a bird that should be common and widespread across the whole of England, but particularly in this case, southern England. And we feel that all the ecological requirements for the white-tailed eagle are here. And we know that the last breeding record was on the Isle of Wight in 1780. So we just think it's the perfect place for the project.
We've already seen the class of 2020 this morning and they're prospering. And of course, they've been roaming widely.
Yeah, all 4 birds have done some fabulous kind of exploratory flights around the country. One of them flew all the way up to the Firth of Forth in Scotland, spent 2 months up there, and then it slowly made its way back to the release site. So what was really pleasing about that is that that bird is learning the landscape, it's learning where it is in the world, but it knows that the Isle of Wight is home.
And that will be critical because as you release more and more birds, you want them to start breeding here, within the next 4 or 5 years, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have patience with these projects. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. And we hope that from the initial birds we release, a population of perhaps 6 to 8 pairs will get established. We killed them out, so we're now restoring them to their rightful place. The Isle of Wight eagles hopefully are here to stay.